Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Hello everybody, welcome to Wisdom from Generation X. As you can see, I have the official medallion and the hat, thus declaring me king of the Gen Xers, and I'm going to bestow upon you youngins some wisdom. And today we're going to talk about the Eva Mendes principle. You say, what is the Eva Mendes principle? Well, let me explain it. Eva Mendes dethroned Jennifer Aniston as the most beautiful woman in the world, as I have decreed it. And a buddy of mine were talking to this and that, and he says, boy, it'd be great to go on a date with her. I say, you know when you'll be on a date with Eva Mendes? He says, no, when? I say, when you're on the date with Eva Mendes. And he looked at me and I say, the point is, it's not until you're actually on the date with her will you know for a fact that you're on the date. And this applies to many other things aside from dating super hot supermodels. For example, dating. All right, Eva Mendes. None of us are going on a date with Eva Mendes anytime soon. But you will probably go on a date, or say you're going to go on a date. A girl says, yes, I will go on a date with you on Friday. How do you know you have a date on Friday? When you're actually on the date on Friday. Because if statistics are anything in the past what they are today, anywhere between 50 and 70% of the time, the girl will cancel and flake on you. Right? And then you'll be sad, you'll be down. Take it from Generation X, we know the flake rate for girls is about 50 to 70%. That assumes you guys even date nowadays instead of what's all on the internet. Larger point is, you do not have a date until you're actually on the date. This applies to things beyond dating, though. For example, a job offer. How do you know you have a job offer? It's not when the job offer comes in the mail. It's not even when you show up for a job. It's not even when they give you your first paycheck. It's when they give you your first paycheck and it doesn't bounce. That is when you know you have a job. A lot of you'll get a job offer, you think, I got the job, and then you go on a spending spree. You'll buy a car. I've known people that have done this. One guy, he bought a car payment and everything, and then they rescinded the job offer. And baby boomers did it, and I guarantee you, Gen X fuckers are going to do it too. You cannot trust people. You know the old saying, baby boomers used to say, don't trust anybody over 30, man. Yeah, well, they're talking about the World War II generation who was over 30, and that was pretty stupid advice. Now, anybody over 30 is Gen X and the baby boomers, and some of the millennials. And yeah, that advice actually applies to today. So you definitely do not want to bank on them when they give you a job offer. Also, finally relating to waiting for the check not to bounce, anytime you're dealing with business, okay? Anytime you're dealing with finances, commonly someone says, oh yeah, I sold $100,000 worth of widgets. You'll run your company, you'll do this, you'll do that. So I'll say, hey, we want to buy 100,000 widgets, and they sign a contract saying they will buy 100,000 worth of widgets. That is accounts receivable. Old wise man taught me this. I don't count my money until it's in the bank. And it's the same thing. Whether someone says they're going to pay you, whether you're expecting a paycheck to come in, you don't have that money until it's actually in the bank. And a lot of entrepreneurs, especially younger ones, especially people who are starting up the first time starting a business, they do not understand accounts receivable and cash. Accounts receivable, yes, you've banked it as business. Yes, they may have signed a contract. Yes, that company may pay you. But all of a sudden, something goes south on their end, or they have a cash crunch on their own, and they can't pay you. It doesn't matter if you have a contract and you have an accounts receivable outstanding with them. Until it's actually paid, and until that balance is zero, you never completed business. Right? The larger lesson to be learned here about the Eva Mendes principle is you do not bank on anything. Anytime anybody promises you anything, you do not bank on it until it's delivered. A shorter version would be actions is more than words. But you will, well, one, you could put yourself in a very precarious financial situation. But two, you are going to exhaust yourself physically, not physically, but emotionally and mentally, thinking that people will honor their word and do what they say they're going to do. It could be dating, it could be business, it could be friends. when you realize that the flake rate of humanity is largely around 70 to 75%, most people are scumbags, if you can dodge it, you don't put money on it, you don't bank on it, you don't put your heart or your emotions in it, you certainly don't put your money on it, you're going to save yourself a ton of pain and agony, not to mention money, that previous Gen Xers to you did not. That they got all excited and worked up and then let down. Or that, like my friend who bought a car and then the job got rescinded. And then you're really up shit creek. Right? So just remember, you're on a date with Eva Mendes when she shows up for the date. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.